Hello everyone, my name is Sunil Khanna and welcome to this webinar on streamlining project management with Zoho Projects. We can start now. The speakers for today will be myself. I am principal consultant with Dhruvsoft, and we have also Nagraj. He is technical lead. So we will be taking you through this journey of introducing Zoho Projects and also showcasing a demo of Zoho Projects today. So let's start by visiting on what we are going to cover today. So the agenda for today will be we'll start by introducing Dhruvsoft, that's our company, and about Zoho. And then we'll talk about what are typical challenges that are faced in project management and industry specific. There are certain challenges that are faced. And then we'll introduce Zoho Projects and what features of Zoho Projects and what benefits of Zoho Projects that will be useful for you actually. We'll give a live demo and also we'll talk about the integrations and case studies. And finally, we will be taking up questions and answers. This webinar is recorded. We will be posting this recording after the webinar is over on our YouTube channel. You can view the recording of this webinar over there. In addition to that, I wanted to highlight that in case you have any questions or answers, please, if you want to ask any questions, so please ask your questions in the Q&A box that you have in the panel. So let's start by understanding about Dhruvsoft. So we, as a company, a 15-year-old company, we are into ERP and CRM space. We provide the consulting services around ERP, CRM, and digital transformation. This is like a snapshot of what all we do actually. And we are partners of Zoho, and apart from that, Oracle, NetSuite, Salesforce, MuleSoft, Celigo. We help companies transform their operations with the help of ERP, CRM softwares, and with the digital transformation within the organization. So let's briefly understand what is Zoho. As a company, if you look at Zoho, it's a 27-plus-year-old company with operations in more than 150-plus countries. Zoho as a company has, over a period of time, developed more than 55 applications. These applications help, you can think of as different modules of a enterprise-wide system or a ERP actually, and these modules help companies solve one of the business problems actually. And one of the apps is Zoho Projects that we will be discussing today. So these apps that Zoho has in their platform, which is also called Zoho One platform, are all the connected apps, and it is used by more than 100 million plus users worldwide. So let's now begin by asking actually us what are the challenges that are typically faced by companies while they are managing their projects actually. So if you look at challenges in project management, first is when you work as a team, there is no collaboration or no communication. And then when the teams work in silos, there is no communication with the different teams. That leads to misaligned goals and missed deadlines actually. So that's one of the key challenge actually, and that requires that you have something which help you collaborate or communicate with all the team members in a timely fashion. Actually. The other challenge that typically faced by most of the users when they are managing their projects is the poor visibility into the project's progress actually. The key stakeholders or the managers who are managing the projects, they don't have real-time visibility on what is the current progress of the task actually. And if in your organization you're using traditional methods like spreadsheets or Excels actually, then those Excel spreadsheets are not updated. They remain with individuals. So there is no real-time visibility. The next challenge comes up with the task allocation. Now, a lot of times we have noticed that some of the team members are overloaded and some of the team members are less loaded actually. So how we can ensure that we do proper task allocation so that team's capacity is properly utilized. There are missed deadlines, there are budget overruns that come into picture. So these are some of the challenges. Few more challenges, if you ask me, include how you manage remote teams. These days, in most of the organizations, especially after COVID, like we have seen that there is hybrid or remote work that is happening, and it's the teams are located in multiple locations. So again, now they are not able to communicate each other or engage with each other. So that's where the challenge comes actually. The processes are not standardized, or if you are looking at resource planning, which is not done properly. And last but not the least, is the reporting or insights that are required actually, that don't come from the system that we are using currently. So these are some of the challenges which are generic challenges. Now, if you also look at what are the industry specific challenges that are typically faced. So some of you may be from IT industry, or some of you may be from life sciences companies, or from real estate, or from manufacturing. You may be having some of very unique challenges which are related to your industry. So here we are trying to project some of those challenges actually. So in a typical IT services environment, in a environment where you have an IT company or a services company which is there actually, one of the very, very common challenge that they face is related to the scope creep and changing requirements. And when you start the project, we start with a defined scope, but then the scope keeps on changing frequently actually. So without a proper change management process actually, the project exceeds the timeline and budget actually, and that's where a proper project management tool helps quite a lot. Similarly, if you look at construction or real estate industry, you have usually multiple projects across multiple sites going on actually, and managers, they right now typically rely on weekly reports that they get from the sites, but these are outdated reports. You want real-time reports. So if you have multiple sites that are going on in terms of your construction, if you have a system which is connected, which gives you real-time information, helps quite a lot actually. Similarly, in healthcare life sciences, the typical challenges with respect to the resource management, if you are looking at one of the part of the clinical trials and you want to allocate the right type of the research resource or research team actually to your project. So that's where you can use a project management tool like Zoho. And similarly, if you look at the manufacturing, when you're trying to design a particular component, in such kind of cases actually, this kind of inconsistent workflow processes result into the delays. Let's look at a few more industries here actually. Starting with the marketing and advertising agencies, again, they work on multiple projects, and resources simultaneously work on multiple projects. So again, that's where you want to properly assign resources not only to one project but across multiple projects, and ensures that timelines are met for each of those projects. The challenges when it comes to the education, and training industry, is related to effective communication with the stakeholders. Non-profits, they do a lot of manual repetitive tasks, and when they manage their donor campaigns, etc. At that time, like, they face those challenges. And again, a system like Zoho Projects can help actually. And similarly, like professional services organizations, company like us, we have to track our time and costs for each of the projects that we are doing. Actually, we also work on multiple projects simultaneously with certain fixed number of budget which is allocated for each of those projects. So we have to track those billable hours or non-billable hours and track that actually effectively. So here we have talked about the generic challenges that you face in project management. And we have also talked about some of these industry specific challenges. Now, this list is not exhaustive, but the idea here is to introduce you what are the typical problems or challenges that are faced. Let us now look at how a Zoho project helps us actually. Starting with, let me introduce Zoho Projects here. So Zoho Projects is cutting-edge, state-of-the-art project management suite, which helps organizations plan, track, collaborate on the projects effectively. The Zoho Projects help you manage every aspect of your project lifecycle, right from the time you plan for that particular task, you create that task, till the time your task is executed and it is delivered actually. Now, some of the aspects like why Zoho project is different, what sets it apart actually. So Zoho comes up with comprehensive functionality in project management. It gives you features which are context aware in terms of the intelligence, and it comes up with continuous innovation actually. Very important aspect is the privacy and security. So when you use Zoho projects, it ensures that it comply with all the latest standards and compliance guidelines which are there actually. So you have that very high level of privacy and security. Zoho Projects is very versatile. Whether you have a small team of 2 or 3 persons, or where you're a large team of thousands of people, it is adaptable for any type of team actually. So it's highly scalable. In case you are starting small, you are like 4 or 5 person team, but tomorrow you expect your team to grow to 500. It's highly scalable again, and it is scalable as you grow. Okay, you don't have to invest into a lot of capacity or servers right from here to plan for those 500. You can buy 1 or 2 licenses, start using it, and scale up along with that actually. It is customizable for your needs. You can write your own workflows, blueprints to customize. You can define your own stages. You can define the roles and permissions. That means you can give users access to what they need, what actions they can take, what information they can see. And it is an integrated solution. It's a cloud-based solution that gives you APIs that help you integrate with some of the other systems. And finally, it is made for every platform. So when I say made for every platform, it means that if you are using it from web browser, or you're using it from mobile applications, and you also have a Zoho Projects desktop application, so you can access this from multiple platforms. The interface is very user friendly. If it is designed for the teams who are on the move. Okay, so this is why Zoho Projects is the right solution actually. Now let me introduce some of the key features of Zoho Projects that you can use in managing your day-to-day projects. And after that, I will of course take you through a demonstration of Zoho Projects. So if you look at the key features of Zoho Projects, starting with the task management. So you can plan your project, you can plan different tasks that you have, you can assign these tasks to individuals or more than one individual, you can prioritize those tasks, you can break those tasks into subtasks, you can create task lists. So you have all these different features that are available in task management. Okay. An example is like, for example, if you want to assign a specific task to a team member with a clear deadline with priorities, you can do that with the help of task management feature. When you're planning, with the help of task management, you can also create Gantt charts. Now, very important, these Gantt charts, typically, if you have used previously the tools like Microsoft Project, you create Gantt chart there. So similar features available in Zoho Projects in the cloud. Here you can create Gantt charts. You can visualize your project's timeline, the dependencies between different tasks. You can, visualize those dependencies. You can have different type of dependencies. You can have like, start to finish, finish to finish. There are 4 different types of dependencies that Zoho Projects offers between 2 tasks. And this all helps you baseline the project, and then based on the baseline, you can track if there are any delays and where the delay is coming, where is the critical path for you. So you can use these Gantt charts and you can monitor your progress of the project. Next, Zoho Projects help you with the time tracking and timesheets. Now, very important thing for some of the companies where you do billing based on the time that your consultants are spending on the project. So your consultants or the users can bill their billable and non-billable hours. And we can clearly define it. They can generate the accurate timesheets. They can submit these timesheets for the clients to approve from within projects itself. And you can give these clients access. So you have, you have a special access which you can give to your clients also, so that they can log in and they can see, they can approve these timesheets. So that's another feature which is there in Zoho Projects. Zoho Projects comes up very, very strong collaboration tools. So you have collaboration tools wherein you can chat with the team members. It gives you forums. You can create forums, do discussions. You have options to do comments, at a task level, or you can do comments within the forums actually. So that helps, effectively collaborate actually. And while you're collaborating with other team members, you can mention them so that they get the notification about that. Here you also have ability to share the documents. So if you have a file or a document that you want to share with your users, you can do that. And you can use notifications, reminders to ensure that everybody in the team is properly aligned. If you look at some more features of Zoho Projects, you can have customizable workflows. So you can define your workflow. So at a task level, if a particular task follows certain steps and you want to ensure that you implement that workflow, so you can use these customizable workflows. We can define your blueprints on the task actually, and that helps you standardize the process. For example, when a task is completed and you want that task to be approved by a manager, you can define an approval process on the task itself. So we have very, very strong capability which is available in Zoho Projects to do these customizable workflows. Zoho Projects comes up with its own issue tracking and bug management feature. So you don't need a separate issue management feature. So if you're doing an IT project and you want to track the issues or bugs or defects that are there in the product, you can use that issue tracking or bug management feature that can help you record these defects. You can track these defects. You can resolve these defects efficiently. So this is a very, very strong feature. Here you can prioritize on the issues. You can generate detailed reports of these issues. You can do this will help you do better root cause analysis actually. Document management, you can share, organize your project related documents from a tab that is provided in Zoho Projects for document management. It also offers version control in case your documents are versioned. You can even use that for version control, and you can collaborate on a document. You don't have to switch to some new platform to open that document. You can collaborate from within Zoho Projects onto a particular document. Finally, like we have this feature which gives you reports, dashboards. So you have like project specific dashboards. You have a project portfolio specific dashboard, which is comprising of multiple projects. You can export these reports or dashboards into different formats. Okay. There are some additional features which are technology oriented features that help, that makes Zoho Projects a very, very strong project management tool. And these technology related features include mobile accessibility. So we have a mobile application through which any of your users who are on the go, they are mobile, they can like view their complete project portfolio from the mobile itself. They can get notifications, they can log their time from mobile. So it's a very, very important feature this required these days. You have several third-party integrations that are available. These integrations include the other Zoho products, also some external applications. For example, it integrates with Zoho applications like CRM. So you can create a project when an opportunity or a deal is closed. It integrates with Zoho Books. Say, for example, you can do billing based on that. You can integrate it with Zoho Expense. So any kind of expense you can bill to client, actually, you can record it against the projects, actually. In addition to that, it also integrates with some of these external tools, including like your Google Workspace or Dropbox or Slack. So it integrates with these third-party applications. And finally, Zoho Projects is highly scalable. I mean, it is used by, like, if you ask me, there are thousands of users who use one single instance of Zoho Projects, and some of these very large companies, they use Zoho Projects not only to do their project management but also to do their billing, actually, to do their time sheeting and billing. If you look at and if you want me to summarize the benefits that you will get actually out of these Zoho projects, and use that. I mean, the benefits typically will include a good collaboration across your team. Like your team can effectively collaborate with each other using Zoho projects. You will have much better project visibility. So with the help of Gantt charts, your projects managers will have real-time visibility on Zoho projects. Actually, you have a very good, streamlined task management that will come, actually. So you can break down your complex project through that work breakdown structure, and you can have your task lists broken down into task into subtask and subtasks, like that, actually. So you can do that, and you can track at each of that level, actually. You can find out like how much work is completed. You can optimize your time, resources. You can track the time. You can avoid any resource being overburdened, or you can avoid resources being underutilized with the help of this. Some other benefits include increase in productivity. So you can use automations if there are certain repetitive tasks, approvals that are required. Actually, you can do these repetitive tasks, with the help of automation or workflows. We have good reports and dashboards. So when you implement Zoho projects, you can do better data-driven decision making. It cannot be like managers cannot be just dependent on stale data. You will have real-time data which will be available for you to make the decisions. You can deliver your projects in time. You can even give access to your customers to Zoho projects, so they can have a visibility from their side, actually. So stakeholders will have complete transparency, actually. You can share those projects updates with them. And with the help of that, we will have better client and stakeholder satisfaction. And it also helps you with the cost efficiency. The Zoho Projects is a low-cost tool. You can even start with one single user when you're planning for your projects. And in case you want to give access to all your team members, I mean, again, it's a user-based tool. So as your team grows, you can keep on adding users actually. And it's affordable pricing plans also ensure that it fits into the businesses of all sizes actually. So let's now move over to a demo of Zoho Projects. So let me take you through a demo of Zoho Projects. And I will also once again remind you, in case you have any questions, please use the Q&A box here and type your questions. We will be taking up questions at the end of this webinar. So let me take you through a demo of Zoho Projects. So Zoho Projects is a cloud-based application. So you can access this on your browser or on desktop, or you can access it on your mobile. Today, what we will be showcasing you is a demo online, using Zoho Projects browser-based application actually. So you will typically come to a URL called projects.zoho.com and log in from there actually. And as you log in, you have different options that are available to you. You can see your home page, which will typically be a dashboard, a customizable dashboard for your role that you're performing actually. So here I have logged in as a user called Abby Thomas from a company ABC Health Sciences. And here I can see what are the open tasks or closed tasks that we have, how many open phases. Phases are nothing but milestones. So how many milestones are open right now? How many milestones are closed? I can see what are my tasks and all. So this basically is my view, which is called a personal view. And similarly, we have a portfolio view. So when I click on portfolio view, it gives me, idea of all the portfolio of the projects that I have actually. So how many active projects are there? How many completed projects are there? So whether the tasks or projects assigned to me or not, but if I have access, I will be able to see them here actually. So this way, we have customizable dashboards that are available actually with various components which are there, wherein you can track the status of the project. You can see how many projects are related to which client. You can, see according to the grouping that you offer actually, how the projects are divided actually. How is the project timeline looking at actually according to the year? So these are different dashboards, and it is also integrated with a tool called Zoho Analytics. So you can create the reports in Zoho's BI tool called Zoho Analytics. And those reports will also be visible here once I click on this Zoho Analytics tab. Let's look at some of the features that are there in the menu here. So we have reports. So different reports that this system offers are available in the reports. We can see projects. So all the projects that we have in this actually will be available here. And we have a tab for collaboration, which is nothing but it's like a feed for me for this projects tool. So whatever activities that are happening, or if somebody is trying to connect with me, I will be able to see that in this feed. I can see that particular feed for a specific project or for all the projects. I can see my calendar, how is it working, what tasks are there. I can also chat with the specific projects actually. So let's navigate quickly to the projects view. That's the most important view that we have actually. And on this view, as you can see, we have these different projects that are currently going on. They are displayed. Now, if you look at these, these projects, there are different categories. We have active projects. We have projects that are completed or archived. All those projects that are there. But if you look at here, this is the project name. What is the current status of the project? I can see how much percentage of the project is completed. Say, for example, this project is 50% completed, or some project is 37% completed actually. And if we have multiple phases, we can see actually what is the progress of the phases. If there are any issues, we can see the progress of the issues. the start date, end date of the project. And we can also see, like, as the project, what is your planned cost, how much is your actual cost, what is the balance actually in the budget. So you can track at a project level, and if there is any issue that is there, you will be seeing it highlighted actually. So you can not only track in terms of dollars or rupees, you can also track it in terms of the actual hours, like, how many hours you have planned and how many hours you have spent. You can define different budget types for the project, and different billing methods can be defined for the project. So that way, like, you can see. So this is an example that I wanted to give you, wherein you can have a summary view of all the projects of what is happening. Let's now let's drill down to one of the project and see how it works actually. So here we have one project, which is a software development project, Zoho. So let me access this particular project. I'll click on this. So the moment I click on it, I can see different tasks here. Before I showcase this view to you, first let me show the list view to you. So in projects, we have three types of views actually in Zoho Projects. One is list view. Same task we can view like a Gantt, and we also have a Kanban view, like, where you can see it like a Kanban board actually. So depending on what is your preference, you can use that particular view. I'll show you in this demo a list view as well as the Gantt view. So here, when I'm looking at the tasks, you have a particular task list, and then you have different tasks within it. So tasks can be organized according to different task lists and tasks within that actually. So you have these tasks. So when I have navigated to the projects, let me give you a little bit idea about what kind of navigation that we have within a project actually. So at a project level, starting with a dashboard. So we have a dashboard for this particular project, wherein I can see a project's profitability, status of the tasks, what are the overdue items, or how is the status of the team, like how the tasks are assigned, and what is the current status of the team members actually. If there are any issues, what are those issues? The weekly digest, week by week, how is it happening actually? Who are the top 5 team members finishing tasks actually? You have phase-wise status, timesheet summaries there. You can see if there are any upcoming events or any upcoming work items when they are due. So this is an example of a dashboard. Okay. Then we have the task tab itself, where all your tasks in the project are listed actually. And in this particular dashboard, not only the tasks are listed, you can see like when they will start, when they will finish, what is the priority of those tasks, to whom the tasks are assigned, how much it is completed, what is the total work hours actually which is planned, how much is actual. So you can see everything over here actually. You can have at project level different reports. So different team members that are there on the project actually, what are the tasks that are assigned to them when. You can see how they are loaded actually. As we can see, this particular user is assigned tasks over a period of time. How is it assigned actually, and how much he is loaded, you will be able to see that. So this is a report that is a workload report. You have other reports like plan versus actual, task reports, or issues reports, or timesheet reports. Then you have this documents portal, where you can create a document, you can create a folder structure. You have different phases. So your project can be divided into different milestones or phases. So you have these different phases or milestones defined, where you can define your start date, end date. And according to the completion of task, it will also tell you like how much percentage of that particular milestone is completed. You have different timesheets. If you log your time, they will all be visible here. Any issues that are there actually, they can be logged here. Finally, in the project, who are different users, you will be able to see them. You have 2 types of users, you are client users or your company users. And in addition to this, In case your company utilizes certain resources. For example, if you are a manufacturing company and to manufacture some item, you are utilizing some equipment. You can create those equipments as resources. Or you are a construction company, you utilize a dumper or you utilize a mixer. For that matter, you can create resources along with the users and you can plan for your project. Finally, we have option wherein you can, in case you don't want to see to all these tabs, you want to organize it in such a way that you only want task management, you don't want other features. So you have options to enable and disable them actually. As the project manager, you will have those options available to you. Now, let us look at when we are setting up a particular project, what options that are available to us actually. Okay, so when you are setting up a project, you can define who's the owner of that project, when the project will start or end. You can have specific site information, you can create different facility sites, you can align this project to a client. Okay, so you can say that this particular customer has this particular project and how you're going to budget for this project, in what currency it will be budgeted, what is the different budget types, like you have different options that are available to you. You want to budget it based on project, at a project level, at milestone level, at user level, at task level, and billing methods, how you're going to bill actually. You can define everything here at the project level. So when you set up the project, you do this groundwork and then you start creating your tasks here. So you have these tasks and you have task lists that are available here. Now let us look at one of the tasks which is which is there actually. So I'll open one of the tasks. Let's say requirements gathering is the task that I want to see. So I can click on that. So I'm on this task wherein I'm doing the requirements gathering. I can see what are the next tasks to come here. At a particular task level, I can assign it to a specific individual. Now, not only one individual, you can assign a task to more than one individuals if you want. It can be like, going through different statuses. You can define these statuses as per your requirements. Okay. When the task will start or finish, what's the priority, etc. How many hours you're allocating for this particular task. So this is at a task level. Now, very important aspect here is the when you're defining a task and you want to do further subtasks, you can do that actually. So you can create a list of multiple subtasks for a particular task. Your users can come, they can log their time over here. Related to a task, they can associate documents, they can associate files. For example, if your company and your task is related to design, you can upload your design documents here. Related to task, you can define which are the predecessor or successor tasks. Now, very important as a project manager that we define a particular task is predecessor or successor. For example, the successor task to this is requirement analysis. So I can select actually that requirement analysis is the successor task. And not only I can select that, I can also define the type of dependency that we have. So we have different dependency options that are available. Finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, start to finish. Now, once you start using Zoho projects, you will understand these dependencies. But what is important is that we have all possible combinations that you need available here actually. Not only you can define dependency, you can define a lag. For example, this task, after that next task can start only after a day. You can define particular lag here actually. So that way you can, in great detail, you can add multiple tasks here, define successor and predecessor tasks. You can look at the timeline, how this particular task has moved in history. If there are any issues, the issues can be logged here actually. You can see activity stream. If you want to associate, you can create checklists for the tasks. Checklists are very useful in case you want to use this for quality purpose, actually quality check. So those kind of checklists can be created and can be completed actually. Okay. So you also have an extension that is available. So if you use SharePoint within organization, you can have a SharePoint tab which will be available here, and that can be used for exposing your SharePoint within this Zoho Projects tool actually. So while working on this task, you also have options wherein you can add your own comments, as I was talking about from the top. Quick actions, you can associate your documents, you can log your time, you can have a start timer, an end timer, those options are available actually. And finally, like if you want to take help of like what is this task by part of which phase, when it was created, etc., you have that information available to you. So this is how a particular project and the tasks, they look actually into a list view. Now let me very quickly showcase a Gantt view to you actually, because many of you would be interested in how this looks as a Gantt chart actually. So if you look at, this is the Gantt chart for the project that we have. So you can define, this is very interactive Gantt chart in case you want to do any changes, you will be able to do that very easily from the chart itself actually. And in the chart, like you have options in case you want to increase or decrease the timeline actually. You can do that by just dragging and dropping that particular task. Okay, if you want to drill down to a task, you can just click on it, and then you will have that task view which will be available at the bottom. You can see here, and you want to create a new task, you can create right from here. So very important thing which is about Gantt charts, it's like setting up different baselines actually. So you have options to create multiple baselines in this particular tool. So you can not only select one baseline. A lot of tools allow you baseline, but they don't allow you to create multiple baselines. What is the advantage of Zoho Projects is that you can create multiple baselines here actually. So a baseline is nothing but like what you have planned initially, and now you have baselined the project after planning initially. Now, if there are any changes from the baseline, they will be available, and you can see it, you can view it against the baseline. Now in future, if you want to change the baseline, so a lot of times you want to revisit and say that fine, our initial plan was to complete project in 200 days, but we are okay now, we will be completing in 225 days. So you are setting a new baseline. At that time, you can set another baseline, okay, and you can come at a baseline 2, and that way, multiple baselines will be available. And not only multiple baselines available, you'll be able to see the project performance against each of those baselines. So you can not only view these baselines, you can also see how the slippage is looking actually against them. While you're working on the projects, you can view your critical path, what is the kind of slack that you have, you'll be able to view that. You want to have a timeline view, which is like a view which comes at the top in terms of the overall timeline actually. So you will be able to see that timeline view according to different phases, the timeline view which is there. So you can view that or hide it actually, it's up to you. You have options to show the unscheduled or scheduled tasks on this. In case there are certain tasks which are unscheduled, you want to see them as well, you will be able to do that actually. You have multiple options available on what you want to view. If you want to see date, owner, like the title, you will be able to see that as well. So this is the view that we have for the Gantt actually. The similarly, like in case your organization is using the Kanban board, you can use the Kanban board as well actually, wherein you can see each of the tasks as a note on the board actually, and you can move from one list to the other list actually, and move the task actually like that. So I'll come back to this. So this is the the project which I was trying to showcase to you. While you're working on project, very important thing we have discussed that you wanted to see how the resources are loaded actually. So you wanted to see like a particular resource, how this. So this is one resource. You can see at overall level, the work allocated that particular resource, how much that work is allocated in that particular month for that user is, and what is the available hours that user that you have defined actually. And out of that, what is the free time for the user. So again, you can define how much, the user can work in a month. You can define that, and month wise you will be able to see how much they are loaded actually. And not only that, if you want to see like, okay, in this month the work allocated is 40 hours, but where is this 40 hours coming from? So you can see each of those tasks in the month from where the 40 hours is coming from. You can open that particular tasks. We name that particular task actually, and that's in each of those tasks how much work is allocated for that person. So that way, when you view this, you will be able to see which persons are overloaded, which persons are underutilized, and that will help you give you the a very, very strong tool to move tasks from one person to the other person. Yeah, and at overall project level, we can store different documents. We can define the phases. We have seen this previously also. Let me very quickly touch upon the timesheet feature actually. Now, in case in your company, you are looking at logging the timesheets, so at a particular project level, you can take up a particular item. You can define the time actually for that. You can log those hours like that. The time log can be recorded actually. We also have option to log the weekly time. Now, this is a view which is much preferred. Okay, wherein for a particular user, they can come, they can select the task that is assigned to them actually, and how much time that they have spent on that particular task on a particular day. They can define, and then they can save that actually, submit this particular timesheet based on that. So this is the way time can be logged. You can go to a specific task, log the time, or otherwise you can come to the timesheet tab and log the time as well. We have already discussed about the issues. You can report issues related to a project. You can do that actually. Let me now conclude this demo actually and go back onto the presentation. And we have few minutes also left wherein we can take up the questions also. So I'll share my presentation once again. So we have seen the demo actually, and so let's now very quickly we'll touch upon the integration. So there are several integrations that are available. With this, you have Zoho related integrations. We have briefly touched upon that, and a lot of other third-party integrations that are available. Finally, different use cases for different industries which are there. So whether your company is into IT, software development, you are a marketing agency, or you are into construction, real estate, you're a consulting firm or a professional services firm actually. Similarly, like an event management organization, non-profit organizations, you're into healthcare, life sciences. These are some of the very, very common use cases that are there for Zoho projects. There are two case studies that I also wanted to showcase. These are two recent projects that we have done actually. One is for a fast-growing software company, wherein they were facing challenges related to project visibility and the manual processes and all. So we have implemented Zoho projects for them. And similarly, we have done a project for a pharmaceutical company who was involved into doing drug research and manufacturing. And for this company, they do clinical trials, multi-phase clinical trials, and then that's where again we have implemented Zoho projects actually. So this is about some of the case studies that we have. Let's now take up the question and answers. I'll just look at the questions that we have here. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box. So one of the question, the first question that I have, is this customizable? Is Zoho project customizable? Yes, Zoho project is customizable. And for example, for engineering consultants, you have asked here the questions: is it customizable for engineering consultants who build factories, labs, warehouses? Yes, very much it is customizable. And you can customize what you see on the screen. You can customize the process. You can do that actually. So you can define your own blueprint or the workflows for that. Yeah. So this is this is the highly customized software actually. So this is one question. The second question that we have here is, our existing timesheet is linked to current HRM. How does Zoho affect the challenge when we explore Zoho? So, I mean, your current timesheet is linked to your current system wherein you might be billing actually. So Zoho has APIs that are available in case you want to link it to your any of your legacy system or any other system within organization. You can link it. Yes. So Zoho offers the APIs. You can very easily push the timesheets that are approved into your legacy system. Okay, next question that I have here is how to add a candidate and how to raise invoice and how to manage the candidate's timesheets in Zoho projects. Okay, so you can do that. So when I say candidate, means this is a particular person who is the user. They can report their own time while working on the project, and you can consolidate that timesheet. There'll be an option. You can select the timesheet of a person, and that timesheet can be submitted for approver, where approver can come. They can select or reject the time that you are submitting to them, and then from within the system, you will be able to generate the invoice. Zoho projects offer you tool to create the invoices right from Zoho projects itself. So if you want to use that, I have not showcased in the demo, but that feature is available. We also have integration that is available with Zoho Books. Based on the projects, you can also do the invoicing in Books. How different is Zoho from MS Projects? So Nagaraj, I would request you if you can keep yourself on mute.
Sure.
So how different is Zoho from the MS Projects? Now Zoho, I mean, in terms of the way you plan, it is very similar to MS Projects, plus it has a lot of additional features. When you use MS Projects, typically you use MS Projects as a standalone tool. It is not a very collaborative tool, but here with the help of Zoho Projects, you can very easily collaborate with the entire team. You will all have a single view which will be there. You can, very similar to you can do your planning, you can do monitoring of the projects. So, I mean, if you ask me in terms of feature comparison, Zoho Projects has all the features that MS Project has. And on top of that, it has many more additional features that help you even generate the invoices, even send the timesheets from within the project itself, take the approval from within that itself actually. So there are a lot of features under the hood. You can create, give access to your clients. So you have a client portal which is available. You can give access to your clients, from within Zoho Projects itself actually. So any more questions? If you have, please, I request you to type in here actually. So now question is there, like, data is saving in the Zoho platform. So how, what is the permissible storage size actually? So in terms of Zoho projects, like in terms of the data, number of projects that you can have, Nagaraj, maybe this is something that you can take up. I would like you to answer these questions. Like, what is the data storage that can be, that is awarded actually to Zoho projects actually? Yes. Can you take up that question?
Yes, sir. Just
So you can create unlimited projects when you use the premium version of Zoho projects. You have option to create unlimited projects there actually. So there is no limitation on the number of projects that you can create. So if you are asking, like, what is the limitation from that point of view, Zoho projects give you storage space. What is that storage space, Nagaraj, if you can tell us about it?
it's based upon file storage or data storage. Comes on based upon different plans. If you are going for enterprise plan, they allow for the 100 GB for the storage.
Okay. So you get 100 GB storage here. So this particular storage space you can use, and you can additionally, if you want, if this storage space is exhausted, you can purchase additional storage space as well. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we can purchase for add-ons also in case if you want.
Yes. So let's look at if there is any other question.
Timesheet.
So they want to see the demo page for timesheet by booking by the doers. Okay, maybe I can share my screen again for the timesheets. 1 minute, please. So I think what you wanted to see, like, how the timesheet will be done actually by a user. So I believe you can see my screen. I just want the team to confirm this to me.
Yes.
And so to log a timesheet, any user, if they want to log for a specific day, they can use that time log. They can search a specific task, and they can log the time actually for themselves like this actually. And in case they want to log a time for the complete week, so we have seen this. You can have different users here. Right now, I only have one user in this demo environment, but you can have multiple users here. And you can log the time for others also, or they can log their own time. They can select for which tasks. So the tasks that are assigned to them, they can select the task on which they have worked. Okay. And according to task in each day of the week, suppose every week in this week they worked on this task for 2 hours, on the other task for 6 hours, they can log it. So they have this way, the option to log the number of hours. They can see the totals here. They can see the totals for a particular day, a particular week for a task. They can see that way actually. And what is most important is that at each of this time log level, if they want to write a note, actually, they can write a note. Okay, any comment that they want to give for that, actually, they can write a note that way. And if wherever they are writing note, it will be visible actually like this. And they can submit this timesheet. So this is a weekly time log which is available. You can see here a particular week. And like this, they can select a week and they can log. And once they have logged, they can save this time actually. So like this, the timesheet log which will be available actually. And this time log, once it is done, it will be visible for, it will be available for setting a particular approver. You can set an approver and submit it for the approval actually. And you can, then the approver can approve it. So you can define that particular process and it can be approved. So let's say here, all of this, all of these entries, I'm just approving it actually. So if once these entries are approved, then after that, you will be able to generate, the, invoice based on this actually. You will be able to do that actually. So here in the project right now, I don't have that particular tab enabled, but you have that particular finance tab actually, which can be enabled. And with the help of the finance tab, you will be able to generate, the invoice. So you can add a particular client. Actually, I'm just adding a client here. So you can integrate it with Zoho Finance, and then right now I don't have it in this demo environment, but you can generate, yes, you can generate the invoice right from here itself once your timesheets are approved actually for a particular. So you can submit it for a week. You have option to do for a month also. So you can select a particular month, and then for the whole month it can be set for approval. So you have those different options that are available here actually. So I'll stop sharing this. So we are almost to the end of this demo actually, but I have few more questions. I'll take those questions, and then we can conclude this this webinar. The multi-level authorization for timesheet feature, whether it's there or not. So you can have an authorization feature which is single level, but multi-level is something that can be created with the help of customization. So we have that. So any more questions? I think we have taken up all the questions that were there. So thank you all for joining today on for this Zoho project. So let me once again showcase the next steps in case you want us to connect with you after this call. Please let us know. You can schedule a discovery session with us if any of you want to explore Zoho projects for your organization. We can help you get started by creating a trial for you, and get started by uploading some of the existing projects. So we can schedule a free, without any obligation from your side, a discovery session. We'll understand your needs. We'll see what use cases you have, and based on that, we can propose a Zoho Projects solution for you. Our contact details are here. You can connect with us on contact@dhruvsoft.com. You can reach out to us, or the email that you have received for this particular webinar, you can even reply to that email, and we will be connecting with you and scheduling this session. So I want to thank all of you for joining with us today. Thank you very much, and we'll be keeping you updated on other Zoho products as well. We do almost a Zoho webinar every month, so I'm looking forward to have you in many of our future webinars as well. So thank you for joining with us today.